What's going on, everybody?
Hey, buddies.
We hope you're still having a good holiday.
Beautiful
Yes.
holiday.
When you're listening to this, you're probably still in your pajamas.
Mhm.
Yeah, by the campfire.
With
Still
your-
looking for batteries for those new Christmas toys that you got.
Amen.
Good shout out.
Mhm.
And just like you do with your family every single year, you go, look, we've opened presents, we've sang about baby Jesus, and now
What
it's
do
time
we do now?
for the family to sit down and listen to Florida Men on Florida Men.
Yes, around the
together.
Christmas
A
fire.
year in review.
Yeah, so we had a fantastic year. We hope you did as well, and we want to talk about it a little bit.
Mhm.
Talk about 2019.
Yeah, just a little brief rundown.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of feedback about headlines,
Right, naturally.
because obviously it's the best segment of the show.
It really is.
done by
Arguably.
yours truly.
Arguably, it's the best segment Cameron does.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you that.
Cameron, we've been wanting to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
You're really nailing it out of the park when it comes to your headline segment.
Thank
Right.
you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
So we get a lot of comments on the Florida Man headlines.
Right.
Yes, we do.
So I wanted to go over a few of the most talked about in 2019.
That's a great idea.
Oh, yeah.
One of the early ones. This
Man,
is
he's killing it.
a
isn't
long
Yeah.
time ago. Thank you. Do you remember the story about the Uber Eats
he?
driver?
Oh, God.
I vaguely do.
This is one of my worst.
Okay.
I vaguely do.
So Florida Man orders Uber
Uh-huh.
Eats.
okay.
His food arrives.
Chinese restaurant.
Yeah,
right?
from a Chinese
Oh.
Chinese takeout. And with his food,
Gross.
there's some added bonus
I remember.
in the
lingerie.
form of dirty underwear.
The poo-poo platter, I believe, is the joke I made 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
After we hit stop on the record.
So he orders food and it arrives from the Uber Eats driver and there's dirty underwear. in it.
Yes.
Oof.
And his food.
And his,
To be
I mean,
fair, yeah.
He
also
got
has
his
food.
food.
Yeah.
I think I would rather just get dirty underwear.
Yeah.
I don't want my food anywhere
Instead
near
of
that.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you know what I mean? Like,
I want
yeah,
two
because the food's going to be
containers.
thrown out anyways at that
I want
point.
a separate container for my dirty underwear.
right. Josh gets it.
So another one people really liked was the one from Jacksonville, a jail in Jacksonville,
Uh-huh.
where prisoners were constantly clogging up the toilets.
Okay.
Yeah.
To
Okay.
communicate.
Right.
Yes, they basically were coordinating with each other. Okay, at 7:00 tonight, we're gonna stuff our bed sheets in the toilet, flush them,
Uh-huh.
and what happens is they flood the area
Uh-huh.
and they get moved to different quarters.
I've got a good memory for jokes that I remember.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Wayne said I remember this line because I wrote it down and said that was funny. He said the signal for everyone to flush stuff and jam the toilet was, I don't feel so good.
Did I really?
Yeah, I just remember it because the voice you nailed.
Thank you.
I
Thank
mean,
you,
the
guys.
line was golden.
No, it is I think we did an interview with the publication and she asked what my favorite headline was and it was that one.
Yeah.
I love that headline.
Yeah, basically they did it, and then they were able to. The pipes were like cleared out
Yeah.
Right.
that they could communicate from different stories through the piping in the
Yeah,
the
well, I don't
prison.
think they held water.
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is that
They
they're
only flushed Dukes once at a time.
yeah. If you're communicating through sewage pipes, it's not secretive. You know
No.
what I mean?
Eh,
Like,
no.
I'm pretty sure anybody in the building who's near a toilet can hear what you're
Yep,
talking about.
You just got to
Exactly.
stick your face near a toilet, which is a risk.
Right. Oof.
Well, you
yeah,
gotta
it is.
commit. Yeah.
Got to commit.
So another one that people really like. This was probably one of Josh's favorites. I
Okay.
think.
I think I've covered mine.
So Josh really liked the Florida man that got attacked by his own pet bird.
Okay.
You did like that
I
one.
did like that one because it should have been a pelican.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should have been a pelican, but it was a cassowary.
which we learned is deadly.
Those legs, man, those legs.
Legs like a cassowary
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, this giant emu type bird,
with daggers as
Yeah.
toes.
dagger toes, dagger claws, kicked his owner, which was sad because the guy was old and
But he
he's okay.
knowingly kept these, from what I
Yeah.
remember.
And-
he
yeah, a
didn't
lot of
stumble
them.
across a park
No.
of cassowaries.
Right.
he
and-
was the cassowary guy.
Yeah, and Josh clarified that in that episode. Like the cassowary didn't like appear out of the sky and kill him. Like
Yes.
he was harboring these cassowaries.
Yeah. If anything,
He was breeding
he was
them.
keeping
Yeah.
them from their natural habitat,
Right.
Yeah, and the cassowary just had enough of
which
it.
I
Yeah.
assume was Australia.
I'm
that's
assuming,
where-
or just Florida.
Down
danger
under.
bird.
The
Yeah.
Castaways down under.
Yeah, there it is.
Uh-huh.
Australian Cam.
Who turned on
That was a
Australian
clip.
Cam's mic?
That was a clip from the video.
Yeah, was it?
So I think another one, a couple that people really, really liked
Yeah.
were when we called Wrinkles the Clown.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That classic Florida man story.
I watched the video,
Yes.
reviewed it.
The movie. The guy that smuggled entire dinosaurs out of Mongolia.
Wow, shout out to me again. I listened to the audiobook. Boom, plug in the
you
website.
Reviewed it on fmfm.com.
FMOFM.
Maybe all the. Are you sending us all this mail?
What's the
These are all
email?
my favorite headlines, and they're all corresponding with Josh's movie reviews.
What's the email? Josh is the best host of FMOFM.
You know what? I think we're onto something.
Okay.
What's fascinating about all of these headlines is, for one, I forget the episode a week after it comes out.
Yeah.
So I don't really like.
Yes.
Genuinely, we were in the studio earlier, and Cameron mentioned the episode from last week, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, and it was like 48 hours ago. But the second thing I've noticed about these headlines is they all sound make believe, and I think is the most the most interesting thing about the Florida Man headlines is they sound made up, and
Yeah.
they're crazy, but it's
There's
you know.
always a form of, is this real or not? Or am I
Right.
reading an Onion article?
Well, that's what's so fun about it is we're able to lean into the craziness that is Florida Man, and then we kind of step back and we're able to do other
And
stories.
say, here's a real history story
Yeah.
that it's not just bath salts and deadly birds.
Right.
It's
Some cool
really
stuff
awesome
it's
happens
other
here.
stuff.
It's other stuff.
Yeah. Well,
I
no,
couldn't even name it.
anytime we do any kind of interview with any publication or whatever, like we always clarify how much we love our state. But you have to acknowledge that just the weirdest things
Oh, yeah.
happen here.
Downright
And,
crazy.
and that doesn't mean we don't love our state. Like we go to bat for Florida, right? We are the most we have the most beautiful beaches, the most beautiful people, and we love our state. But the
Amen,
headlines
baby.
are just insane, man. Crazy
Yeah.
stuff happens here.
That's what happens.
But I will say this: I think out of all 2019, besides the headlines, we had a lot of favorite, like I think, moments as a show together.
Yeah.
and I say-
Scary moments.
It's basically our first year as a show. I mean, we had.
it is. We had like what 4 episodes in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't even count.
No, and
No.
I think what's crazy for me is looking back on this year and like hundreds of thousands of downloads and like just like all you guys reaching out from all over the world and going
It's
like,
nuts. Antarctica.
yeah, well, we're missing Antarctica.
We
Yeah,
are-
shame on you. Anna.
Shame on you in
Shame on
Antarctica.
you.
But I will say this: like, it's we're thankful for it, but it still weirds me out that like we just
People listen and
we,
like.
we just hang out with our best friends like
Yeah.
every week, and people are tuning in from like Europe and saying, "You guys have deadly birds in Florida," and it's like, well, how did you find out? Like, where did this come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
how
it's
do
just
you
crazy.
know about us?
Yeah, these dum dums on the internet.
But do you guys have like some moments that you remember like fondly as far as what we did?
For me,
Together?
I like that we got together with. We were bi-coastal.
Bi-coastal,
yeah.
baby.
We were bi-coastal, baby.
Our first ever collab, I think, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the Bet Sphere Keep It Weird podcast.
Yeah.
Try again?
Podcast.
There
Keep
it
It
is.
Weird the podcast.
Ashley and Lauren are going to love that right there. Like, keep it weird, a podcast.
It's a Dracula.
Yeah. So they're from LA, keep it weird, and
Yep.
they're just phenomenal.
It was a great episode. We covered some crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
great story.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, the Bet Sphere, a metal ball that appeared after a fire.
Yeah.
And then would roll around on the floor and react to a guitar strumming. Oasis,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Wonderwall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people thought it was like an alien or whatever. Like, and
So
we
the
still
military
don't, and
gave it back.
we still don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, the military stole it. Yeah.
Yeah, but then they gave it back. Like, okay, it's
We're
fine.
done with it.
Yeah, and that's a fantastic show. Like, if you are into like all things crazy, all things weird, Lauren and Ashley have a show called Keep It Weird in LA. We met them like 8 months ago, and they've become just like dear friends. And just they're an amazing show.
Good people.
Yeah.
Cameron, did you have a moment that you loved?
Oh
from-
yeah. Speaking of keeping it weird, we kept it weird doing ghost tours
Oh gosh.
at Polk Theater in
that's
Lakeland.
right. Yeah.
Midnight tour. This old building.
Theater.
It's a theater. Saw some spooky stuff. We went to these old
Felt some
offices,
spooky stuff.
which was just. But it was so fun. The guy that did the tour was just so spirited. Had so much fun with the tour and just being able to kind of show off where he worked, what he was so proud of,
right.
and just showing us all the spooky stuff that shouldn't be there or shouldn't happen. But tons of people have experience at this place, so it was so fun. Just being able to do something different that was like, hey, this was like VIP. I mean, this was like set up for us.
Well,
it was like 2 or 3 hours long. I mean, and then we were able to record on stage there.
And then I had Wayne's big eyes looking past me. So
Wayne was out of it.
I'm facing the stage, center stage, right? Wayne's facing the audience of ghosts, I assume. And all of a sudden, he goes big-eyed. And while our LAL today, while she's talking, Wayne goes big-eyed and he's looking past me.
Yeah, we did this tour with LAL today. They're a media organization in Central Florida, but I will say this: my memory with the Polk Theater is that it genuinely is my first supernatural experience. Like as a grown man, like that's the first time I was like, okay, I can't explain that.
At age 55, it would be his first.
He was so zoned out that I had to cut half the things that he said in that episode.
Yeah, because
he was just
babbling.
Yeah, babbling.
Here's the thing: I see what I think is a ghost, and what I'm pretty sure was a ghost, and I'm so in awe of it. And then these two bullies. The entire time we're just like, hey, pay attention. I'm like, I just saw a ghost.
Well, we're snapping. We're putting the ammonia under his nose to wake him up.
Well, no, I had a good time there, but I think for me, honestly, it was the meet and greet we did at the Tampa Bay Comic-Con.
That was fun.
Yeah. Well, I love meeting our listeners and like hanging out with those guys, but
it's weird to meet someone in person that's enthusiastic for something that you don't do professionally, that you just consider a hobby.
Right, sure.
Yeah. And that someone's just like, excited to meet you and hug you. And you're like,
well, and I think too,
I'll accept it.
in the past, when we did touring with the band and stuff, like you got to see people who enjoyed your craft in real time.
Yes.
So like you're doing it on stage, you come off stage, hey, that was a great show, thank you.
Yeah.
And it's like now you have listeners who are driving to this like meet and greet, and then you hang out with them, and it's like they're talking about stuff in our episodes that I don't even remember.
Well, yeah,
and
you don't listen to the show.
I don't know. It weirds me out.
I like that people said, Josh, you're not as big as your co-host described.
Nobody said that.
They're like, you're actually quite handsome.
Thank you.
When we saw you, we thought you were going to be like this amorphous blob of
khaki
denim.
But no.
He's going to need that handsome now.
Can you guys do us a favor? And as you're writing in this week, just write in and let Josh know
how handsome
he sounds.
Can't wait for those.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. But it has been a great year, and honestly, like our goal is in 2020 to make sure that we keep continuing to provide you guys with entertainment,
funny ha-has,
just that communication back and forth with you guys. We will
that drive to work. We really want to get you happy and cheerful because we know that drive to work. I drive to work. I know you guys don't work from home,
right?
We want to just put you in that mode where it's like, okay, I'm going to have a great day. I know I'm not doing something I love, but I can listen to something I love.
Honest to God, yeah. Like if you guys keep listening and keep writing in, we'll continue to do it. And
Amen.
One thing that we're excited about for 2020 is, in addition to our regular content, we're going to launch a bonus series that is just pure nostalgia. It's Florida Man on Florida Man.
Because we love that Nickelodeon episode and we love talking about it even off mic.
Yeah. Right. No, and I think that was great. That was a great point because the Nickelodeon episode is what spawned this. We were talking about all the things we could have covered. And so we decided just, occasionally we will do a Florida Man on Florida Man nostalgic bonus episode where we discuss something that is just kind of nostalgic to us, hopefully nostalgic to you.
Yep. We have a wide variety of ages in the room.
Yeah, we do. Cameron's 13, I'm 55, and Josh is handsome. So
I think finally my age is called out.
Yeah. And so I think that'll be fun next year. And we have a lot of projects and collaborations that we're working on. Hopefully to get them scheduled soon.
Some big announcements too.
Yeah.
Some huge announcements.
Life changing.
Life changes.
Life altering.
Happening to some of us in the room who's not Greg.
Amen.
And we're excited to announce that.
He took his headphones off and left.
Okay.
Yeah, he walked out a bit ago.
But guys, New Year's resolutions.
Right. Okay.
I don't want you to think about them. I want what's out of your heart of hearts.
Top of our head?
Yep, top of your head. Okay, I'm just going to close my eyes and I'm going to point at somebody.
Okay.
You.
Wayne. Okay, me. New Year's resolution. Oh, crap. Revive my water skiing career.
Water skiing career. Good.
Cameron.
I would love to start a better, more successful podcast.
What?
Okay. Josh.
That was mine, but I'd like to run a 6-minute mile without.
Oh, yeah. You can do it.
Without practicing.
Completely doable. We'll see you guys in 2020.